Hi guys, welcome back to another live video. So I'm back. Last week was a bit hectic because I was preparing for my boy's birthday and somehow I got carried away with all the preparations. I had to make sure everything was perfect. And yeah, so last week we didn't get much because I was kind of carried away. But we are back, a bit less fatigued, much in a better place generally. So I'm working on this ribbed cardigan. You know, we're going to the sweater season, and somehow most people are looking for these straightforward, easy to make crochet sweaters or even knit sweaters. But since I don't really knit, I knit, but not as much as I crochet. So I decided to take the crochet route. So I'm making this beautiful ribbed cardigan that you guys are going to enjoy. I feel like so many people are going to enjoy this project. Reason being, it's very straightforward, very easy to make. It's perfect for beginners. It's ribbed, as you can see. Um, the body of the cardigan is ribbed, and then we also have a ribbing on the cuffs of the cardigan, and then also we have a ribbing at the base of the cardigan, as well as a ribbing on the front opening of the cardigan. Now, I've done different kind of approaches at different points in order to get different effects. If you can see here, we have a ribbing, but it doesn't look like the ribbing that we have here. This is because there's switch of hooks and there's also switch of yarn. At some point, I was using a double strand. At some point, I was using a single strand. So when it comes to this ribbing, I am using a single strand, and you can see my ball here. I've just gotten off the yarn winder. And yeah, hi Sheila, thanks for the great work. Lots of love from Gul. Oh my God. Hi Dora. For those who don't know where Gulu is northern Uganda. I've never actually been there, but yeah, I'm glad I have someone who follows my work from that side. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do right now. The ribbing is going to take a while because it's not the fastest thing, and I'm using a big hook but a small yarn. And this cardigan has taken me approximately 6 balls of yarn in order to get to this level. Someone is saying I hate doing crochet ribbing so much though. Yeah, I also don't like it. To be honest, I don't, but if you have to go through this process, actually, let me get my phone and I just show you exactly what things look like. Look at this, guys. If I have to go through a process to make a piece even better, then I'm going to go for it. I'm not going to complain because at the end of the day, I want a perfect piece. So I felt like this is kind of empty, or it's lacking something. So that's why I've decided to give it some little accents. I may even go ahead to attach some puffy flowers. Who knows? I'm still in the brainstorming process. And yeah, maybe what you're seeing here may not be the final look of this cardigan. I may put some flowers just to amplify the final look and also make it even more attractive. Someone is saying, I love your videos. I'm assembling my boho dress. Oh my God, I'll post when done, from Dayton. I can't wait to see the colors that you chose for the boho dress. I've seen people's recreations of this dress. It's really interesting how people can play around with colors. Most people haven't actually done the boho dress in the same exact colors as the inspirational photo. So I'm always amazed by the color choices of the people recreating this design. So that's what I'm basically doing. This will be out soon. Once I'm done, it will be out for you guys. And then, let me see. It has been a slow week. Generally, the past 2 weeks have been kind of slow, but I've explained why. The birthday preparations took me up so much that I couldn't even think of crocheting. I had to balance life and work. And the fact that I already have so many tutorials and patterns that are already running in the background, I could afford to take a break. And now we are back, much better, in a much better position than before. I had to take a few days off. Let me see, today is Wednesday. So since Sunday was the birthday. So Monday off, Tuesday off. Now Wednesday, I've just stepped into this place in the afternoon. So I have literally taken off 2.5 days, which is good. I feel much better, much more energetic. Hi, you're welcome. For those people who want to get ready for this project, let me show you the yarn that I'm using. I've actually run out of the red color, total. Oh my god. Okay. This is the yarn that I'm using for the cardigan. I've run out of red. That's why I had to undo a project where I used this particular yarn so that I can finish up this cardigan. So this is Marina double knit and it is acrylic. It's 100 grams per ball, and yeah, it recommends, actually the recommendation is for knitting needles, which is 3.25 to 4 millimeter knitting needles. But when it comes to crocheting, I don't know, this could recommend maybe a 4 millimeter as well. So it's perfect for sweaters, warmers. It's very warm yarn. And for mine, I have done a double strand. So definitely we are getting a much cozier finish or product, because this is a warm yarn and I've doubled my strand to make it even thicker. So someone is asking, what's your favorite yarn to work with? So far, it used to be Katopu, but I have changed my mind after making my crochet ruffle dress. That ruffle dress that's a maxi. I feel like Alize Baby Best is now my new favorite. And I'm going to go and check out the shades that they have at the yarn store. I see if I can get some more colors. I think I love Alize Baby Best for now. Yeah, Katopo is also good, but Alize Baby Best is something that I want to really explore, and I see if I really, really love it and I can stick to it. Hopefully, the suppliers can keep bringing it in, because I think I love it. At least I know Katopu is not readily available here. I got it from Dubai, and if I want any more of that yarn, I have to literally order for it individually so that I can get it here. I haven't seen anyone selling it here, so yeah, as much as I love it, the accessibility is not so good. So look how the ribbing is transforming our cardigan. Look at that. This is very, very, it looks like a finished piece as opposed to just something that's bare. So for me, everything is about the final touches. I really pay close attention to the final touches because they transform the final piece tremendously. So Okay. Good morning. I hope this yarn can be enough for me to do the whole ribbing all the way around, because I can't imagine running out of yarn at this point. Because what if I stop like somewhere here? What am I going to do? Because I don't have any excess yarn, any remainder of this yarn. So I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that it can take me through around the front opening of the cardigan so that I can finish up the ribbing. Hi. Katopo, I don't think we have that. I have used alize before. Yes, I love alize, but not cotton gold. I have used cotton gold before, but I find it a little bit rough. It's not the smoothest yarn. So that's why I am trying to shift from cotton gold to baby best, because baby best is smooth, and I have this amazing set of hooks that just glides along good yarn, and it just picks up my speed very fast. So the fact that this is acrylic and it's a bit fluffy, or yeah, it's not as smooth as the cotton yarns or the cotton blends. Do you have a tip for magic circles? Because I hate them. Could I just show you? I don't know. If you hate magic circles, I don't know what I can do for you, because the way that I do my magic circles is just basic. Let me get some yarn here so that I can just do a small demonstration for you. This is for Carrie or anyone else who is struggling with magic rings, magic circles, or whatever it is. So I'm going to use this contrasting color so that you can see exactly what's happening. When it comes to magic rings, let me get a smaller hook so that it kind of rhymes with the thickness of my yarn. So I have my 4mm here. When it comes to magic rings, some people will make a slip knot, and then they will make a chain of 4. So the first chain of 3 counts as a double crochet, and now this last chain here is where they're going to place all their stitches. Let me say the first row has a total of 12 stitches. They will just go in here with a total of 11 stitches in order to make a total of 12, since the first chain 3 will count as a double crochet. So let me just go ahead and do that. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So once you're done with your 11 stitches, remember the chain of 3 at the beginning of the row counts as a stitch. So you will go into the top of the chain 3 and you will place a slip stitch. So you will just do this and pull through. So we have something that looks like this. We have a tail here, and then we have a space that is left behind. Let me say you're making a flat circle. So for row 2, you will just go ahead and make a chain of 3, which counts as a double crochet, and then you will go into the same stitch with a double crochet, and then go ahead and keep placing 2 double crochets in each and every stitch. So this is going to be my last row of demonstration, and then we come back to the magic ring. So let me just go ahead and finish up this round. I'm just going into each and every stitch with 2 double crochets. This is for the people who find a hard time creating a magic ring. You can use this approach any day, anytime. Let me finish up this, and then I will give you a quick solution for those people who don't like the magic rings. But then I'm also going to show you how to make a quick magic ring in case you want to learn it, and yeah, you're up for something new, or you're not really biased about using it. All right, so this is my last stitch, and I'm placing my 2 double crochets there. All right, so after this, I will go into the top of the first chain 3 and make a slip stitch. So for demonstration purposes, this is our last row for the demonstration. So we have this tail that's here at the beginning when we created the slip knot. Now you're going to just get your darning needle, because once you go ahead with your project, you will end up with this little space, which we don't want. I feel like for the magic ring, it closes up entirely. And for you, you're going to have that little hole. So you're going to just go to the back and thread your darning needle. And you're going to just make sure you close it up. You're going to work back and forth along that little hole that you have created. You can come from this side onto the other side, and then you do this and keep doing that until that little hole closes up. So this is for the people who don't like the magic ring. And at this point, you can go ahead and cut off the excess yarn. You can weave it in properly and cut the excess yarn. So this is what you'll get, something as neat and as functional as someone who has done the magic ring. So I hope this kind of helps you out. And let me see. Now for the people who are using, let me say, a single crochet stitch. Let me just cut this. For a single crochet stitch, you're going to literally do the same exact thing, but this time instead of chaining 4, you're going to start off with a slip stitch, and then you're going to make a chain of 2, just like that. And then you're going to go, let me say you're going to make a total of 6 single crochets for row 1. So you're going to go into the second chain from the hook and make your very first single crochet. And then single crochet 5 more times into the same chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And once you're done with that, you're going to count backwards. You're going to be very intentional when counting. You're going to count from this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the 5th is here. Then this is the 6th. So if you intend to have a total of 6 single crochets, you're going to count to 6 right from this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So into the 6th, you're going to place a slip stitch. So you just insert your hook there, and then yarn over, pull through all. And then you go on with your pattern as usual. And then once it builds up, you use this tail to weave in and also close up that little gap. But when it comes to the to the single crochet stitch, the hole won't be that big. So that's a tip for the people who hate the magic ring. But make sure when you're starting your slip knot, leave a long tail behind at the beginning, because you have to use your darning needle to weave in your end while closing up that little gap that's left behind. So I hope that helps. Now, for the people who want to learn how to make the magic ring, I always teach this in my tutorials. You're going to just have your the hand that doesn't crochet, whether your left hand or your right hand. You're going to get your yarn and then hold it like this. You can see the tail is here. And then you're going to hold with your pinky finger and then wrap around your 3 fingers here. So this is the working yarn, the one that's attached to the ball of yarn. Just cross it over like this, and then get your hook, insert your hook into under this loop here, and then grab the working yarn. And then at this point, you can remove your fingers. You hold and then make a chain of 1. This doesn't count as anything because it's supposed to close up the magic ring so that when you're working your stitches, they don't keep dancing around the magic ring. So you can see we have a double strand on this side and then a single strand on this side. That doesn't matter. So you're going to go ahead. Let me say round 1 has a total of 12 double crochets, but you start off with a chain of 3, which counts as the very first double crochet. And then you're going to double crochet 11 more times into the magic ring. The magic ring is this one, so you just go into this space. So this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I've done 11 more double crochets into the magic ring. I think it's called a magic ring because, come on, like this is supposed to be like magic. It works like magic. So we have this tail here, and you're going to just pull on it, and it's going to close up this and create a round automatically. So you just get this tail, make sure you don't pop it or break it. So you're going to just pull on it, and it's going to close up that hole entirely. You can see that. And then you're going to go ahead and slip stitch on top of the first chain 3 of the round, or whatever the pattern says. So you slip stitch, and you can see what this is creating. It's already giving us a very beautiful look. But one thing that you have to note is still you're going to use your darning needle to weave in this tail so that it just doesn't, when you finish your project, you're not going to just cut off this. The moment you cut it off like this without weaving it in, it's going to undo itself and this circle will fall apart, definitely. Make sure you don't make that mistake. Once you finish your project, you're going to go ahead and make use of your darning needle, thread this little tail that closed up the magic ring, and you're going to go in and out of a few stitches just to secure your yarn and make sure this magic ring doesn't fall apart. You go back and forth in just a few stitches, and then you can go ahead and cut it off, and make sure you're doing this on the wrong side of your work. Once you're done with this, then look what we have. You're not worried about the tail falling apart. So hey, what are you making? I was teaching or giving some tips for the people who have a hard time with them, kind of brought clarity or gave you some information of what you've been looking for, and just let me know in the comment section if it helped. If it didn't, I'm so sorry, but I've tried my best to explain the two alternatives for the people who don't like the magic ring and are not even willing to learn, or they're really biased about using it and are not willing to use it at all. And for the people who maybe wanted to learn how to use the magic ring and how it works so that it doesn't fall apart. And yeah, I hope this little tutorial helped. And I guess if it helped, you'll be able to use it for your different projects. So enough of that. Let me just get back to the ribbing of my cardigan. Someone is saying I'm going in and out. Yeah, I just go around, random placement of stitches so that they don't fall apart. You make sure you secure your yarn very well so that it doesn't undo itself. What kinds of projects can you... I think the question is not finished. Help me finish that question and I'll be able to answer you. What kinds of projects can you use can you make using the magic ring? So I'm going to show you an example of a project that's on my dummy right now where I use the magic ring. All right, so here we are. We have the sunburst flower bralette, and here I used a magic ring, as you can see here. It's usually motifs or flowers, or this is a magic ring that I used. But if you don't like the magic ring, you can use the second approach that I've just taught in this video. So we have a beautiful set here, and it's the one that I had paired with my beautiful red ribbed cardigan that's coming out soon. This already has a tutorial on my channel and a written pattern on all my online shops. So yeah, this is an example of a project that you can make using magic ring. I hope this helps. You can try it out and kind of practice your magic ring, and you should be good. I really like your crochet pin. What material is it made of? My crochet pin is, I think it's a plastic. I think it's plastic, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's plastic. I got this beautiful set of hooks. I've been talking about it since I bought these hooks about 2 months back. I got a set of 10 hooks. I think they're plastic. And they give me a very, very neat finish, and they're really lightweight. And since I got those hooks, I haven't gone back to metallic hooks, at least not yet, because I'm just enjoying the plastic hooks. They don't create that sound of yarn rubbing against metal, which I really hate. And when I watch my previous videos, my old videos of me crocheting, I can feel and hear that squeaking sound that comes from metal rubbing against yarn, and it's really irritating, but it's something that I had to go through because I didn't have an alternative by then. But now that I do, I have to make use of my plastic hooks, and I really love them. So last week, was it last week? I think so. Last week is when I had 2 custom orders that I was able to send out. I was really grateful because I just felt like I had taken long without getting custom orders. So when I got them, I was really excited. I worked on them, but they kind of broke me down because it had been a while since I worked custom orders. So I felt like, oh my God, the projects aren't shifting. But the fact that there were new designs, I was happy that I was able to actually work on them. I want to obtain them. How do I do that? Where are you located? I think I should become an ambassador for these hooks. The way I've advocated for them, everyone who keeps checking on me on Instagram and asking about the hooks, I really like support and advocate for them to get this set of hooks because I feel like they're the best for me, in my opinion. But I also went back to the shop where I bought them from, and for the people who watch my live videos, they were able to obtain these, to get these hooks, and they actually sold out because I was recommending them so much. Many people went and grabbed themselves a set of these hooks, and they said they're really, really, really beautiful. So someone is saying, what you doing? I am making a cardigan. Guys, look at how beautiful it's turning out to be. Oh my God. I wasn't even paying attention to the ribbing yet, but I'm really in love with this. I should put it up for sale. This is an extra small sweater or cardigan. I should actually put it on the website so that someone can grab it and take it away from me. I don't want to keep it in my boxes. So I'm making a blanket. How is it going? I'm one person who has never made a blanket, by the way. I'm so into wearables that it doesn't even cross my mind to make blankets. Another thing that I was thinking about is there's a table I want to buy, and it's white so that I can work from outside and I get that natural light. You get like, I want to start crocheting my tutorials from outside so that I get that maximum natural light. I want to give it a try, but I haven't yet ordered for the table. Uh, will give me a very beautiful look. But also white, that means I won't be making white tutorials from. I'll stick to this table for the white tutorials, and for the colors, I will use the white. I remember at the beginning of this live, someone mentioned that they hate ribbing, they hate creating the ribbing. I must say, I also don't love it, but the results are worth it. So I go for it. Otherwise, I would have just left this cardigan as it was, but I just feel like, no, I need to do the final touches so that it's all worth it in the end. So I'm going through the hassle of creating this ribbing. Sending love and good vibes your way. I enjoy your videos. I'm thankful for your willingness to share your artwork. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Why did I? Why did I start doing what? Crouching? So you can hear some noises in the background, kids crying. Those are the disadvantages of working from home, but it's okay. It's not something that's constant. So sometimes I have to pause my tutorials so that that noise doesn't come through. Or sometimes I cut out the kids' noises. Did you mean why did I start crocheting at all? I didn't get your question. Bextro. I was going to say I love hearing the sounds of Uganda while you work. Oh my God. The last time I was recording a tutorial early morning, I had birds screaming in the background, and I was like, oh my God, I wish I could do this live today, but I didn't have enough battery because it's wild here. In the morning, it's all different birds are just shouting around, passing by. I got a chance of seeing two crested cranes on my rooftop, and it was really peaceful. I feel like it was beautiful to watch and just have those sounds. Okay, I think they meant crochet. Why did you start crocheting at all? So it's a very long story. Oh, why did I start crocheting? I did industrial art at campus or university, and I just couldn't picture myself going to look for a job as an artist. Just think about it. You do art and then you go and start. For those people in Uganda, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're going to go and start searching for jobs in someone's shop. And then you sit there, and then they're taking up roughly 12 hours of your day. And then you're not given a chance to explore your talent. So if you're taken up from 7 a.m., let me say, to 9 p.m., then when will you practice your art? So I wasn't going down that hole or that trap. I wasn't about to trap myself into such a life. And yeah, I thought of what to do. I thought of going for tailoring school. I still think of it up to today, each and every day. I wish someone could come and tutor me from my office or from home. I would definitely pay the price because I have these ideas boiling in my head, and somehow I just can't tailor, so I can't bring them to life. So I thought of tailoring. I was like, oh no, it's very popular, it's oversaturated. I know very well that I would have really been successful at tailoring if I had put my mind to it. But I think I just came across a beautiful crochet piece at that point, and I was like, oh wow, this is beautiful. I already knew how to do the basic stitches, but I didn't even know what a double crochet is. I just knew how to work with this pin here, but I didn't even know what the stitches were. So I was like, this could be a good business idea because it wasn't very popular in Uganda. By then, I've actually played a big role at making crochet popular in my country and in other countries as well because I'm having a crowd from all over the world. So I thought maybe I should start off with something. I think I started with bags. It was a horrible experience. The bag straps were elongating, very elastic. I think my client returned the bag that I meant for him. It was really disappointing. So I think I just crossed over into wearables. And the moment I started wearables, that was my sweet spot. That's where I found my passion. I started learning about the female body because I really wanted to focus on the female body. And then I had to download and start researching about different sizes. How, if someone says they're medium size, what do they mean? Size 14, size what? But by then, I didn't know how to do sizing when it comes to crocheting. I didn't know that there are increases to be done or elastic strands to be put. So if you watch my very first tutorials, don't get mad at me. I was also a beginner like you, especially if you're a beginner and you watch my first tutorials. For you, they'll work for you. But if you're advanced and you watch my first tutorials, you may start wondering why people even watch my tutorials. But trust me, I was also a beginner like anyone who had just started a business. So I started crocheting and somehow I got into the rhythm. And the moment I did, I didn't look back. Every day I'm thinking of something new. I'm thinking of this and that. So at that point where I'm just appreciating the research, all the mistakes that I've made along the way, and yeah, it's all worth it. I think the boom was during the lockdown. That's when I got really recognized by several people all over the world. And that's when I started selling my designs as well. That's when I opened my online shops. I think the website came in later on. Coffee came in later on. Etsy, I think, was my first shop. Then I ventured into Ravelry, then added coffee, and then I added the website. And somehow everything played together so nicely, up to date. So someone is asking, are you a crochet vendor on Instagram? No, I'm not. I just post my stuff and hi love, or hi, I love you. I purchased the leafy dress. Will you make a dress that is full back for fall? When it comes to that design, I can't make a full back because its construction is a little bit restricting. But if you don't mind putting a drawstring at the back or kind of just gathering the back, then we can work out something and come up with a design that can cover up the back. I'm just talking as I think of what can be possible for us to cover up the back of that design, but I'll think about it. I'll think through it. If I happen to make one, you'll definitely see it. May God bless the work of your hands. Thank you. Oh my God, I was almost saying the hands of your work. So yeah, that's how I came to start crocheting full time. I've actually never had a formal job. And these days I'm seeing so many people who are like, no, if you don't have like a 9 to 5 or a stable job, they don't actually consider content creation as a job. So apparently to most people, I'm unemployed or something, unstable financially because I'm doing content creation as a full-time job. So that's what I'm saying today. Content creation is not actually considered as a job. So apparently I'm unemployed. But for me, this has been my full-time job from the time I started working, from university up to today, up to now. So I don't know what they're talking about. Anyway, hi, I'm good. How are you? So for the person who was asking about the pins, which country are you coming from? Maybe can make an arrangement and send you a set of these hooks, these beautiful hooks. They're plastic though. I don't want you to receive them and be like, oh, I thought the quality was much better or something like that. These are plastic hooks. Period. Okay. I just want to finish this side of the cardigan and then hello, I just stumbled on your live. I was very adamant about starting my own shop as a teenager. However, I got discouraged because no one was buying. Oh my God, that's so sad. But just pick a leaf from me. As a person who has closed down a very big YouTube channel that wasn't reaching the right crowd, for the people who have been around long enough, know that I had a YouTube channel that had hit 130,000 subscribers, and somehow my content wasn't being pushed to the right crowd or it wasn't visible. I don't know what happened to that channel. I had to close it down after around 2 years and I had to start afresh. That was the most demoralizing thing that I've ever gone through because, as I mentioned, I do crocheting as a full-time job. So literally, I earn from it full-time. So I had to open a new shop from scratch. And look where it is. It has already surpassed the number that I was even holding dear to me. Like I am at 130,000. I can't even close it down because 130,000 subscribers is too big. Now we are almost at 300,000, which is awesome because it's much bigger than what I was counting on before. And then we have these challenges of Etsy now. I created a shop, it had reached its peak as making passive income from the Etsy shop. And then something came up, they had to close all the shops in Africa. And that's how my shop also went down. But thank God I've also reopened a new one that has over 300 sales in 1 month, which is good. Like, just don't get scared of starting over because you never know, it may turn out much better than what you expected. What are you making? I'm making a cardigan. I'm actually almost getting off the live because I'm at that point where I have to record the next steps. So don't get scared of starting over. If they're not buying, try a new approach. The size of hook, no, it didn't change. This is what I was using. When I was demonstrating the magic ring, I was using a 4, but for this one, I'm using a 6. But for the body of the cardigan, I used an 8. So it's different things. Good morning. I did your butterfly dress. Thank you so much for all you do. Oh my God. Butterfly dress, that's one of my best designs. Though I've noticed so many people want to cover up the back. So I'm going to make it a point to start working on that, so that I can do some designs with covered backs. Hello, thank you so much. I wish I could pronounce your name. I love what you do. Just started crocheting and started my small business. Do you know how to price items and any tips? I won't give you a price for your items. Please find the price that suits you because this is something that so many people have been talking about. I don't have a formula. At this point, I feel like I just know what would be worth my effort on different pieces. I just don't want to go through the pricing phase or because my pieces, I work very fast, so I can't consider the number of hours. I consider that the time that I have spent crocheting, my expertise, my level of expertise. If it's a new design, I also consider that. Um, how difficult that design is. I consider so many things when pricing. So that's why I don't actually overdeal with custom orders. But when I do, I get the worth of my effort. No, 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 I don't have a formula, as I've explained. I don't have a specific formula. I just find a price that's worth my effort for a specific design. So here we are. I've reached the top of the cardigan and I have to get back on camera in order to record this area here before I go onto the opposite side. So thanks guys for hanging out with me. Oh my god, it's almost coming to an hour of talking to you guys. I hope you enjoyed this live. I hope you learned something. And yeah, I'm glad to be back. So stay tuned for some of these beautiful tutorials as well as patterns, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.